And good evening, East Alabama and West Georgia. Welcome to another Football Friday night across the area. We are going to talk to you for a few minutes about weather, what you can expect as you head out to your football stadium this evening across East Alabama and West Georgia. And we're going to spend just a few minutes talking to you about that. And we remind you, especially you folks in Randolph County, if you want to follow your favorite team this evening, switch over to the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com as soon as we finish here with your weather update, and then you can follow your favorite team. Tonight, the Handley Tigers will be on the road down in Montgomery, Alabama, taking on St. James. This will be the first time they have played in about, 9 years or so. St. James and Handley used to play pretty regular, but it's been a minute since they have played, so this is going to be some old friends getting back together down there on the east side of Montgomery. Also, the Randolph County Tigers traveling just down the road to Woodland over to Warren Sewell Field. This is going to be a backyard football game between Randolph County and Woodland. All of them folks they're either kinfolk or they know one another very well. So it's going to be a pretty good ball game as well over in Woodland tonight. And then Wadley will be on the road, just up the road from the Randolph County Woodland game up at Ranburne, taking on Ranburne up in Cleburne County. And so we'll have coverage for you on all three of those ball games, covering all four teams over on the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. So what's going on with the weather? I'll tell you, overall, we're looking at about a 30 to 40% chance of seeing a raindrop at kickoff tonight. Anywhere across central Alabama, East Alabama, or West Georgia. We do have, as you can see here on the map, scattered showers around. Now, the MO with these storms this afternoon, they don't last long at all. They develop, they intensify very quickly, and then they fall apart very quickly. 15, 20 minutes, it's all gone. So if it does rain at your particular stadium in the next couple of hours, just hang in there. It won't last long at all. And we're not seeing a tremendous amount of lightning with these storms today either, maybe with the exception of some of those storms over in southwest Alabama, west of Montgomery, back over toward Demopolis, and right along the Alabama-Mississippi state line. We're seeing a good bit of lightning output there. But for the rest of the storms across East Alabama and even down there in the Montgomery area, just a sporadic lightning strike every now and then. Of course, all it takes is one, and your game's going to go in lightning delay for at least 30 minutes. That's the way it works. But the odds of any one particular venue going into a lightning delay tonight across central Alabama or East Alabama or West Georgia are pretty slim, to say the least. And as we lose the heating of the day, as the sun goes down, then these storms will start to fade away pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, decent chance of rain up until about 6 p.m. in all locations, and then between 6 and 7 p.m., our rain chances just really fall apart, down to only about a 20 to 15% chance of rain. So let's take a look at the venues for Randolph County schools that are playing tonight. We're going to start down here in Montgomery as the Tigers prepare to take on the Trojans of St. James. And their stadium is over there on the east side of Montgomery. And you can see that we do have some storms in the area. We've got a pretty big thunderstorm right now, right over downtown Montgomery. But you'll notice the storm's not moving very much. And that's what we've been noticing this afternoon. These storms form. They don't move very much. Now, they do build, so their coverage area expands, and then just almost as fast as they build and get strong, they start to fall apart. We had one storm that was only about 1 mile away from the stadium there on the campus of St. James High School, and it's that one there. And you can see that was just about a mile to the east of where Adam and the crew is set up for the iSchool Sports Network, and you'll see it was there and then it fades away. So it just didn't last long at all. We'll take you in a little bit closer. There's Carlisle Field. And again, pay attention to this storm just to the right of where it says Carlisle Field. You see how fast that thing fell apart there along the road there where where Carlisle Field is located, Vaughn Road. And then if you go back over here toward Montgomery, you can see that we've got a pretty big storm blowing up right there on the west side and in downtown Montgomery. But it's probably not going to build big enough to make it all the way over here to Carlisle Field. Not that particular storm. Now, we could have another one pop up right there on top of the stadium at any time within the next hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. But at the moment, there's nothing really threatening Carlisle Field. Now, I know you Handley folks, you're in the parking lot down there. You're looking back to your west and northwest, and it looks ominous. You got the sun setting behind the cloud, and you can see maybe some lightning strikes over there too. Let me actually stop this loop, and I want to look at the lightning output on this storm. That one right there, that was at 5:52, which was about 10 minutes ago. We did have about 5 or 6 lightning strikes right there in downtown Montgomery. Now, this particular storm is close enough to Carlisle Field that would cause a stoppage in play. But understand, this storm won't be there at 7 o'clock when this game gets underway. This storm will be long gone by that time. But if we had another one this close, with that kind of lightning output, that would stop play there at Carlisle Field, because that's within the danger zone, as they say. So as we back out, even if you look on further to the west of Montgomery, you can see that we have a line of showers and thunderstorms over there. This thing really hasn't moved a whole lot in the last hour. I've been watching this, and if it's doing anything, it's sinking to the south a little bit. So this stuff over here west of Montgomery is not going to be a factor over at the Handley-St. James game. We're going to have to watch this stuff in Montgomery, and anything else that pops up there along I-85 or Vaughn Road over the next couple of hours. Again, it's going to be hit and miss. We're just going to have to see what happens. The better, bigger, stronger thunderstorms are back over to the southwest, maybe to the northeast of Thomasville and to the northwest of Greenville. All of that slowly moving off to the south won't be a factor for the Montgomery area. So if you're in Montgomery getting ready for the ball game, I think overall we're going to have a good night for high school football. As soon as we get this line of storms kind of start to fade away and move on south of Montgomery, the rest of the night should be pretty good. So let's go back up here to Randolph County, and let's take a look at the Randolph County Woodland game venue. That's up here in Woodland, and that's going to be just a shade east of downtown Woodland. And you can see there's absolutely nothing to worry about there in Woodland at this hour. No shower or thunderstorm activity in the area, nothing even remotely close. The closest storm we have is this storm right along the Randolph County Heard County line, which is just to the east of Roxton or northeast of downtown Roanoke. And as we rack that one and let it go in motion, you can see it's sinking to the south. So that is not going to be a problem up here in Woodland. We did have a couple of showers and storms that tried to form up in northwest Randolph, but you can see they never made it. They faded away pretty quick, and even that one that popped up right there just west of Roxton, headed toward Roanoke, has now faded away also. So then we'll run up here to Cleburne County as the Dogs from Wadley, the West Bank Dogs, I should say, will be playing right up here at Ranburne Stadium this evening. And there's nothing in the general area up there to be concerned about either. I'll zoom out just a little bit. You can see we did have one strong storm right there along I-20, maybe southwest of Heflin, north of Shulafini, that tried to get going, but it has since faded away also. So really no issues up there this afternoon. So there you go. Excuse me. So there you go. That's a quick look at the weather at this hour. Again, I'd give you about a 25 to 30% chance of seeing a shower across East Alabama. You folks in Montgomery, we're less than an hour away from kickoff now over on the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. Your rain chances are decent right now, about a 40 to 50% chance of rain. But as each moment passes, right there at the stadium at St. James, your rain chances will start to decrease. And I think by the time we hit 7:30-ish, your rain chances will really start to come down. These showers seem to be focused along a boundary front that is slowly sinking to the south. So if we can get that boundary a little bit south of you there on Vaughn Road, I think your chances of rain will start to dissipate pretty quick. Maybe not so with the lightning. That's a different story. It doesn't have to be raining. If there's lightning within, I think it's a 10-mile radius of the school, then the officials are going to put you in a lightning delay, and it's going to be at least 30 minutes before they restart. And then each time you hear thunder or see a lightning strike, that clock starts over again. So I think if any of our venues tonight have a chance of going into lightning delay, it's going to be that St. James Handley game in Montgomery. But again, if we can make it to about 7:15, 7:30-ish without a lightning delay, I think we're going to be in good shape then because we're losing the heating of the day. The frontal boundary is kind of pushed a little bit south of Vaughn Road there, and I think the rain chances will start to fade away pretty quick. So we've got about 5 minutes, 6 minutes or so to go before we pitch it over to the iSchool Sports Network for their broadcast tonight. They will go on at 6:23 this evening. And again, Adam and Chris and Lon and Bryant will have the call from Montgomery. And then, of course, we've got coverage for you up there in Woodland. Depending on which side of the iSchool Sports team you pull for, we've got two broadcast teams up there tonight, one covering for Woodland, one covering for Randolph County, so you listen to whichever your allegiance lies. And then up in Cleburne County tonight, we'll have the Wadley Bulldog guys up there bringing you the color from Ranburne Stadium. So let's see. Hey, Corey Nord, good to see you in here. Miss Ruth Earl, good to see you. David Daniel, hey, David. Mary Wilkins is on her way to the ball game. I'm assuming Miss Mary is headed up there to southern Cleburne County, up there to Ranburne. You folks up there in Cleburne County, put your children up. Here comes Miss Mary. Could get a little wild up there tonight. Hey, Jamie Dukas. Appreciate you, brother. Surely do. So, if you have any comments, questions about tonight's ball games or weather in general, now's a good time to post it up there, and I'll try to get to it before we get out of here. One thing I do want to mention right quick, folks, you're seeing a bunch of I call it yin yang on social media about next week. As far as what the tropics are going to do. You've been seeing that now for about the last month, and folks are always talking about next week, next weekend, and that's been going on for over a month now, and so far we haven't had anything, which proves my point. Don't pay it any attention. Pay attention to the National Hurricane Center. Now, if it's your hobby to look at models and look at that kind of stuff, then knock yourself out. That's great. I'll look at them. But I don't take it to heart until we're at least 3 to 4 days away. Then I start paying attention. And the National Hurricane Center's website is the best place to go because they don't buy into all of that stuff. When it starts to show up on their website, that's when you need to really start to be concerned about it. There are some models out there showing complete Armageddon by next weekend across the Gulf Coast region. And you know, could we have a system next weekend? Certainly we could, but probably not to the extent that some of the models are trying to show out there. So I just wanted to point that out right quick. So let's do this round robin once again right quick for those of you that maybe are just joining us. We're talking about Randolph County high schools that are out playing football tonight. We're looking at the weather for you, and we'll start down here in Montgomery as the Handley Tigers are on the road down at Carlisle Field to take on the St. James Trojans. And we do have some showers and thunderstorms up here in Montgomery. It's not raining at the field over here on Vaughn Road just east of Montgomery, but if you look back up here in downtown Montgomery, up there right along the Elmore, Montgomery, and Autauga County line, right along the Alabama River. We have a pretty strong thunderstorm up here. It's not severe, but some torrential downpour taking place there just north of Montgomery. Lightning output is almost non-existent with this storm now. About 20 minutes ago, we did have several strokes of lightning that would have been close enough to put the Handley-St. James game into a rain delay had they been playing at that time. But they're not. So we're hoping that this shower will continue to sit right where it's at. As you can see, it's really not moving. It maybe is building off to the northeast a little bit and spreading out to the west. But the overall core of the storm itself is just not moving very much. And we're hoping it stays up there, because as long as it does, you're not going to have to worry about rain down here. We'll see. Certainly a possibility that it could build in that direction and you could get a few raindrops down here before the game gets started. Or we could have other thunderstorms pop up in the area that could produce some lightning that might be a problem right there at kickoff. We're just kind of anxiously watching this area to see. And these storms are not going to last long this afternoon. Once they build, about 15, 20, 30 minutes tops, they'll start falling apart. And it'll be all gone pretty quick. And then we head back up here to East Alabama. Anybody that's playing over here tonight in Lee County, we do have a few showers there just north and northeast of Auburn. So there could be some rain there at some of those venues. Also just north of Smith Station, right along the Lee County Harris County line, we've got showers there. Just south of Lynette, just north of Casita, back over toward Pine Mountain. Then as we head on up to the north, we had that one shower to the west of Roxton that's fading now, and then one that's running right down the Randolph County, Heard County line just north of Wehatkie. That's falling apart also. And if you look up here in northeast Randolph County near Woodland, high and dry. All looks good up there at Warren Sewell Field. Back over in Clay County, we had one small storm that tried to get going right there at Ashland. Also another one at Millerville. And you see, folks, how they're there and then like 15 minutes later they're gone. And that's what we've been talking about. Up here in Cleburne County, we had that one storm just to the south of Heflin that was moving toward Chula Finney. That has fallen apart, so we look good up here at Ranburne Stadium, where the Dogs are going to be in action here at 7 o'clock this evening up there in Ranburne. Nothing taking place there as well. So that's the way we look right now as far as weather is concerned. Obviously, if we were to go into lightning delay or if we were to have any problems down here with the weather around Montgomery, I'll come right back for you and give you the latest information and show you what's going on. I don't expect that to happen, but it's more likely to happen at that Handley-St. James game than it is any of the other games across East Alabama or West Georgia. All right, folks, don't forget to head over to the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. You can listen to all of these games. You'll also be able to watch the Woodland-Randolph County game. It will be televised tonight, so be sure you click that option and watch there. If you're going to listen to just the audio, then you have those options over at the iSchoolSportsNetwork.com. I'll be back with you at the conclusion of the Handley-St. James game this evening. We'll recap all the scores from around the Randolph County area, and we'll take one last peek look at the weather as we end your Friday night football and get ready for a great weekend across East Alabama and West Georgia. Y'all head on over to the iSchool Sports Network at iSchoolSportsNetwork.com and enjoy some great Randolph County high school football. I'll see you back here in a couple of hours. Y'all have a great evening.